Hey friends, happy Tuesday evening. It is Melissa with Junk and Craft Treasures on the Junk and Craft Treasures page and the cross-posted on the Decoupage Central page. So as you're coming on, let me know you're here. Let us know where you're watching from. If you are watching right now, you're most likely on the replay. So hashtag replay, guys. Let us know that you were here. Give us a heart, go through, watch the projects. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below and we will go back and try to answer those as soon as we can, guys. So I hope everybody's having a fantastic Tuesday. I am going to scoot the camera back just a little bit so we can get started on our project, guys. So as you're coming on, say hello, let me know you're here. I'm going to make sure that we are cross-posted over on the Decoupage Central page and we will get started, guys. So I see a couple of y'all hopping on. Just say hello. Hey, Deb, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. All right, guys, so we're going to do a couple projects tonight. One of the projects that we are going to do is this fantastic witch's house tour. I did go ahead and fray the edges ahead of time. Hey, Susan and Carrie, I'll go ahead and do the bottom, but I wanted to let y'all know that it is DC 737. If you don't have this one, hey, Eva. So we are going to work with this one. Hey, Jeanette, how are you, my friend? We're going to work with this one tonight, and then we are also going to work with these pretty flowers right here, which is also at Decoupage Central. So hey Janelle, hey Lynn. So we're gonna do a couple different projects tonight. We're gonna do the Halloween sign. We're gonna use these, and I need a new brush holder. So we are gonna decorate a brush holder, most likely do a shell as well because we've got some pretty things with this. And we may even do a magnet board. So we'll see how far along we get on everything, guys. So as you're coming on, say hello if you don't mind sprinkling, sharing, giving those hearts, all those things, guys, that helps. Hello, Renee. How are you, my friend? Are you back from your travels? Hello, Mary and Kay. And I am cross-posted, right, guys? Yes, I can see myself. Okay, good deal. Hey, Marcy. I know those flowers are really pretty. So what I have intended for those flowers, which are these flowers right here, I need a new brush holder. So I have a soup can and I have prepped it with some bonding balls. You don't have to do that if you're using a soup can, but I am. Hey, Lessa and Luann. But we're gonna decorate this up. So instead of having my soup cans like this for my brushes, guys, this is what it looks like right now. We're gonna have a cute one. So we are upcycling from our house and doing all the things. Let me get this out of the way. When I moved that fell. Hey, Shasta. Hey, Selena. Good to see you. Carrie, thank you for sprinkling. All right, so let's get, first things first, let's get our surface prepped. So like I said, I am using the Witch's House Tour, which is from the Halloween line that launched from Decoupage Central. And we are going to use the back of a canvas piece of wood, okay? I love using these canvas panels, the back side, because they look like frames. This is, I think it's let me say it right, a 14 by 11. I knew it was by 11 something. Hey, Ruth, how are you? So I've been trying to debate, because we're gonna put this in the center. If I wanted to, y'all, even this frame just like this without anything to it looks really cool with this piece in here. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Ruth and Holly. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do a stain on the outside, if I wanted to do white distress. I think I'm gonna go with a brown watered down as a stain look. So it won't be as like the dark stain like we normally do, but it'll be lighter, and then we'll do the inside that color. So who all has this and who all has used it yet, y'all? Y'all let me know. Let me know down in the comments below. Hey, Lou Ann and Donna, good to see y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and paint. Let's do the center first. Let's do the center. Which paint do I want to use? Let's use cashmere. It's kind of an off-white. Hey, Tavi. Hello, Vivian. How are you? I am good. I am feeling so much better. So yes, we are good. Hey Jennifer, I got it at Michael's. I get these frames at Michael's when they are on sale. They just had their 40% off sale. They are 30% off now, or 35, I can't remember, but they normally have a sale probably once a month with the 40%, and then the free shipping at 45, so that's when I get them. Hey Barb, because they normally don't carry them in store. Y'all, this is gonna be really close to what this already is, but it'll give it a good solid foundation here. Yes, Leslie, it is so cute. Thank you for sprinkling, Mary. I appreciate that. How are you today, my friend? Now, when you have a light surface like this, is it necessary to paint it? Not necessarily. I always still do. I don't know why. I guess because that's kind of a rule of thumb that you want your surface as light as possible. But see, it is a little bit different in color. You can kind of see it. Kind of not, but it is a difference in color. So you haven't gotten it yet. Thank you. Yeah, my jaw is not completely, y'all. I was telling Terry, so they have a thing, you know, like how far you can lift it. So we are about halfway to the point where my jaw can lift all of the way. So I still can't do real chewy foods, but the pain factor is less. Let me put it that way. So that is a good thing. Still having little problems here and there with it, but overall, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel for that. Hey, Elizabeth, thank you for sprinkling, Tracy. I appreciate you. Yes, Mary, I am too. I told my coworker today, I don't want to jinx it because I do feel better, and I feel like if I say it out loud, something's going to happen. But I do feel so much better, and I hope y'all can see that in my mood too, that I am back to myself, if that makes sense. It was a rough 19 days, I think is what I counted it out to be. All right, we're going to use some Woodwick. And I'm going to move, let's just put this over there. I cleaned all my brushes, so I've got plenty of brushes to go through tonight. I'm going to grab my water spritzer here, and I'm just going to dilute my paint. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm just diluting it down. Not worried if I get some water on my rice paper, it will dry. Let's take a brush, put this over here temporarily, and we are going to mix this in with the water. See how it kind of gives it and then we will brush this on lightly, and it'll be lighter than what it would have been if it was by itself. And I can kind of show y'all on the back side, but I'm basically just staining it with my paint. Okay. Hi Barb, how are you, my friend? This kind of goes quick when you stain it like this too, because it thins out your paint. Makes it real easy to spread on your surface. And you could even go lighter if you wanted to, like I am right now. So you control how dark, how light you want it to be. Yes, Susan, I know. It's been real, but that is okay. You know, I always, anytime anything happens, I'm always like, you know, those are the little things that we take for granted, and eating was something that I apparently took for granted because I haven't been able to eat a whole lot lately. But that's not a bad thing. Oh, I love it. You know what, Lessa? It's so funny you mentioned the oyster shells. I had gotten some oyster shells. I was going to do an oyster shell tonight, and the size, I wish I had them in here, the size of oysters that I got were like that big. Like they were like hardly, they were super, super tiny. Hey Judy, how are you, my friend? Super, super tiny. We are going to put the witch house tour in here. So on today's live, Elizabeth, we are using different decoupage papers from Decoupage Central, of course. And if you're hopping on, guys, and you don't know what Decoupage Central is or how to get it, anytime you're on a live, do exclamation DC as in Decoupage Central. It'll take you right to the Decoupage Central page. That is my affiliate link, and she has all the goodness. She's got molds, transfers, rice papers. She's got blank rice papers, all the things. So anytime you're on here and want to go over there, just do exclamation DC. So we're gonna do flowers, and we are gonna do the haunted, or not the haunted, but the witch tour. I love this house. Jonelle took a lot of time labeling everything on that house to make it super cool. Get that pulled back up. And I am gonna do the inside too, guys. So, I'm trying to think what else, y'all. But it goes really fast when you do this staining technique. These come in a pack of 3. So when you order these online, if you were looking for this specific frame, they come in a pack of 3. What we'll do, if we don't just leave it like this and prop it like this on a counter or on the fireplace or something like that, we'll take a little sawtooth hanger and just attach it to the back, okay? So, oh, you need some fine line crackle. I love the fine line crackle. You know, it is a love-hate relationship with fine line crackle. People either love it or they hate it. They either love the look or they don't like it. Who all saw the reel that I did with the fine line crackle this weekend? Like, I either got that was amazing or that is horrible. So they either like it or they don't. I personally love that crackle look. And I hope y'all do too. Oh, awesome, Tammy. I love it. I love it. Now, I have a couple of these houses. This is going to be probably the easiest project to make a statement with this house that we're going to do. I'm going to do another one with it because, you know, we've got some time to Halloween. So I'm going to do a couple projects just to give y'all some ideas. It may not necessarily be on a live. It may be on a reel, but I will be doing another one for sure with a different way to do it. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, my friends. This is, I don't want to say this is the super fun time of year, but like this is the fun time of year because we are doing all the things. We're doing summer, we're doing Halloween, we're doing Christmas, we're doing fall. We're doing it all. It's that time of year. And y'all, talking about that, who can believe that we are almost in July? This is my last Tuesday in June, and we will be in July 1st next week. So on my live next Tuesday will be July 1st. So who can, I mean, this year has flown by. Y'all, I'm kind of around the edges, and I know y'all can't see it, but I'm just leaving a little bit of brown around those edges because I tore the rice paper, and so I just want a little bit of that brown to show. Hey, Gloria, you're making magnets. You know what? Hey, I have that on my list tonight. If we get to that, I'm going to make a magnet. I had to laugh when you sent that to me today because that has been on my to-do list for a long time. Now, I'm doing my magnets a little bit different than you did yours, but I think, I don't know. All right, guys, so we've got that prepped how I want it. And like I said, I just brought a little bit of brown, a little bit, bring a little bit more because this paper has some of that rough. So we're just gonna bring in a little bit of that brown on some of that white. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Y'all, before the live, I was trying to decide if with this house I wanted to do some bats on here. I thought it might be cute to have like one little flying bat on here. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on there or not, but I'm gonna paint it real quick just in case I decide that that's what I wanna do. So it's done. So hang on, move my plate at the wrong time. That's gonna be for that. Hang on. Let's get this. Y'all know I love embellishments. So we're gonna maybe put a bat on there. I used Woodwick for the brown. Y'all, my fan, it is hot in Texas. Is it hot where you're at? It is hot in Texas. But I've got my fan going so my hair keeps blowing in my face. Hey Brenda, I didn't even see you on here. Hey Maggie. This is from Michaels. This is the wood canvas panels that I use all the time, Brenda, and it is just the back with some Woodwick on it and watered down. That's all. Christy, I agree. I love the Woodwick, especially because you can water it down, you can do it solid. So many different colors, like variations that you can do with that brown. Okay, I'm going to use Mod Podge today. I'm going to use Dishwasher Safe because that's what I have handy. Plaid Crafts did send me a whole bunch of stuff today that we got in the mail. I haven't had time to go through it, but I think I've got like every Mod Podge there is now. So we'll go through and we'll critique them all. We'll see which one we like best. But they did send me some today. And like I said, I haven't had time to go through. So I've already frayed the edges around here, but I've got this right here, so we're just going to fray that. If we wanted to follow the design that Jonelle has on there, we can, or we can just make our own fray. So I'm going to try to follow it as best as I can. I don't have my water pen, so I'm just using a angled brush. See how it's angled? So that's going to help me control where my water goes. And then I am just going to shred this. Now, hopefully, it may not be this weekend, but it may be next weekend because I've got a 3-day weekend. I'm going to clean my craft room. I do have somewhere in my craft room where you put your rice paper in and you can shred it down. I'm going to look for those. I'm going to look and see if I can't find those. Yes, Brenda, I was going to ask Marcy how she was doing too. I didn't know if she wanted to talk about it. You know, we've got a couple girls in here. They're all going through some things. And we've got some good news today on the back end from some of them. So super excited for a couple of these ladies with some test results that they've gotten. Okay, guys. So, y'all, what do y'all think? That is going to look amazing. Mod Podge that can be used on glass. Maybe they have that in there, Gloria. I'll have to look. I will have to look. Y'all, this is going to be amazing. Oh my gosh. We could not have planned better with that stain. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little more brown right up in there. For that. Just a little right there and right there in that corner. I know, Elizabeth, it looks so pretty. Let me get that dry real quick because I don't want it to... go through on my paper. Get my paper dry. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all something. When I was doing... But I'm like, it doesn't matter that I'm squirting my water. Y'all, I actually got some of that brown on here and it did a speckled. Can y'all see that speckly? That's perfect. I am so excited that that happened. I was like, oh, it's just water. It doesn't matter. But some of that brown did get on there. So we've got kind of some speckletiness there. I like it. I love it. I dropped my bat. I will never find my bat if I don't get it right now. I'm going batty, y'all. I know, it works perfectly. I wasn't sure. That's why I was going to do the dark brown and not water it down, but I'm glad I watered it down. All right, dishwasher, Mod Podge. We can work in sections or we can do the whole thing. Where is a brush for this? Let's use this one. Yes, the frame is from Michaels. I love it, Brenda. You're making me laugh. Okay, so I am just going to do a Mod Podge is thinner than don't you like how I did that? I just wiped where I splotched it. It's thinner than some other Decoupage mediums, so I am lathering this on. It will dry clear, but for the time being, I am just really making sure that I've got a good amount because our rice paper is thick. Got little Mod Podge boogers there. So I just want to really make sure that we've got a good coat. It's wood. I go both directions. And y'all can see I'm using a pretty good amount. I would rather have too much and have it come through the rice paper just a little bit than to have one spot that doesn't adhere. That is me. I might be speaking from experience on that, but I want it to be coated well. Oh, so cute. I got a brush crystal. Hang on. Okay, get all this frayed. Let me get all that extra Mod Podge down there. I know. Oh, you're good. You're good. Girl, I've got stuff all over the shirt. You just can't see all the stuff that's on the shirt. Hey, Tammy. How are you, my friend? All right. Okay, so we've got that down. What do y'all think? I don't think I'm going to add the back. I think that is perfect like it is, just like that. I know. Everybody's yelling at me. I got paint on my right arm. It's probably my left arm because it's backwards. Let me try to get it off, y'all. I'll try. I don't know if it'll come off. I don't know where my Clorox wipes are. We'll make it worse, right, y'all? I'm telling y'all I'm a messy crafter. I have no regrets about that either, y'all. All right, it just looks like a nice little roll in the dirt now. Yes, you can, Judy. You sure can. All right, guys. So back to that. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Do y'all love this as much as I do? It's super easy. All we did was take that Michaels wood panel canvas, stain the outside with some paint and water, and adhere it. So let me get that dry. Get out any little wrinkles real quick. Hey, Joyceanne, how are you, my friend? Girl, I'm telling you, Tammy, if I don't wear my paint on my fingers, I've painted my nose. I've painted everything at some point. Okay, guys, I'm going to let this dry because, like I said, I did put a lot on there, so we're going to let it dry. Let me get these corners that were frayed right there. And I'm going to let it dry a little bit, and we're going to move to our next project. Okay, so if you like Halloween, you want this witch's house tour. So cute. I know it's backwards on here. I always hold it a little bit wonky when I hold it up, but so cute. Let that dry. We will put the top coat on it in a minute. All right, guys, so now let's move to our other project. I told y'all I needed a new brush holder. This is a soup can. Okay, everybody has some type of soup can, so we are going to paint it white. I've got a shell too. I have already on both of these surfaces used bonding boss. I'm not going to crackle this one, Martha. I am just going to leave it like it is. I like it how it looks. We may add a little bit of distressing around the edges where it's frayed with either some Tim Holtz, distressing inks or some wax. But for right now, I'm going to let it dry before we do anything. Yeah, order them on sale. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. Yes, you will love them. They are good quality. They always come good. There's no sanding, anything like that. All right, I'm going to use Dixie Belle Chalk Paint in Fluff. We are going to use Fluff. It is kind of an off-white, but pretty close to white. What size is the one I use? Is a 14 by 11. Now, remember, y'all, when y'all get that, the 14 by 11 is the 14 and the 11. The actual inside of it is different, but it fits perfectly for your rice papers. So it is an 11, almost an 11 on the inside by like 8 1/4. So almost perfect. Almost perfect for the inside. Hey Marilyn, I'm glad you're here, my friend. All right, so I'm going to paint. I'm gonna fling this paint tonight, y'all. I am in a flinging paint mood. So one of the things I want to do with these two guys, and I was gonna do it tonight, and I was like, y'all do not want to sit with me while I do this. So I'm gonna do it on a reel for y'all, but I want to add some. I'm gonna cut them just right, but I want to add like some popsicle sticks around my thing, and then put some rice paper on the popsicle sticks, like a wood fence type thing, but it's gonna take a while to get all those glued on. So we are just gonna do regular on this one, but if y'all have seen my brush stash, I got a lot of brushes, and so we can have a whole bunch of these done for sure. Hey, Jen, is it Jack? Let's see, Jackie, how do you say your name? I'm sorry, I just butchered that so bad. Hey, Sharon. So what I want to do with this other rice paper that we're fixing to go over is I want to do several different small projects with it to show you how far a piece of rice paper like this can go with all of the different designs that are on it. So, let me get this dry real quick. I may do one light coat. Oh, okay, it's French. That's why I butchered that. I am so sorry. I am horrible with names, so I apologize for that right now. Okay, and we'll do our second coat. Don't want to do it too hard because I see what I'm doing. I'm doing it too hard and I'm kind of peeling it off. I didn't give it enough time in between, but that's okay. We will make it work. We'll let it dry and we'll move on to our shell. Okay, so I'm gonna stick that to the side for just a second. Let it dry naturally. Hello, Trula. Y'all, I'm only at 8:30. I'm like, can you tell I feel better? I'm knocking them out tonight. So let's go ahead and grab this too. So I got some popsicle sticks and I cut and just glued on the back side, so they are all sturdy or ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and paint this white too, actually. We're gonna take that brown. Stand by. We're gonna take that brown. Jen, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, girl, use it. Use it, use it, use it. I know it's kind of like the transfers. They're so pretty, and then you're like, oh, but I don't want to use it because then, yeah, no, use those papers, my friend. That is so funny. I know that cracks me up. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate it. I am glad to. Okay, guys, I'm going to kind of do like my chippy look that I do on my regular wood. And like I said, these are just popsicle sticks. We can do the back. I'll do the back later. Not a big deal to do it right now. Sure I've got all my tools here. So this is just soft wax. I'm going to put it around the edges because paint does not stick on those edges. I know some of y'all are cringing because y'all don't like this look, but we're doing all kinds of things, y'all. All different kinds of looks tonight. Okay. And we will use our white now. Notice I didn't go in and grab any more paint. I'm just kind of dry brushing this over it with what we have on our brush. Okay, so it just gave it kind of a cool effect there because it kind of picked up some of that wax when we went back and forth. And then, y'all, I need to dry it before I do that. Stand by. I told you, I am like in the crafting mood tonight, y'all. And I'm kind of doing all different kinds of budgets tonight too. I'm doing, you know, a free can from our soup cans. We've got our shells that we can get. We got some popsicle sticks that we have. And then of course the frame. So I'm kind of doing a little bit of everything tonight, y'all, for all of the different budgets. All right, guys. So got that on that. How are we doing on the drying? We are drying pretty well. Okay, so shell, I told y'all we did the Bonding Boss before the live on the shell. I'm gonna switch paints on this. No, I've got some of that out. Let's do this one. I know it's a little bit darker than the shell, but it's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna need, am I gonna need white? I don't know. Let me go back over here. So I am going to paint it now. We have already used our Bonding Boss, so our paint will stick. You could use anything that you use for adhesion, but just remember, if you do use some of the IOD transfers and things like that, if you don't have some type of base coat before you do your paint, it will lift up. Okay, so you want to have something to have it grip to. So we added that cashmere on there. I know, these are all small projects too. Yes, Erin, that's why we're doing this, because we are coming up to end of summer break. We do crafts with kids, grandkids, and then things for holidays. Like, this would be super cute if you had a drill, and I don't have mine in here. Carrie doesn't let me play with the drill unless I'm under supervision. Imagine why, y'all. Y'all see me with paint. But you could drill 2 little holes, put some twine, and make little ornaments, however you want to do that. Okay, where am I at? What are we doing here? All right, I'm going to go ahead. Do I want to try to decide if I want to do one more coat of paint in a different color? I want to get everything coordinated here. I'm using what I had out so I don't have to get more paint. So I know we went from a bright white to a more gray white, but it's okay. It's gonna hold my brushes. It's not gonna hurt anything if it's not the same color of white. I just wanted to get one more coat on there. Okay. We'll soak all these brushes. All right, guys. Let's get our rice paper out. This is the one that we're using for these projects. I just picked up that can, even though I put, see, I almost just painted my face. Did I paint my face? No. Oh, I love it. I love it. Terry, what's going on with Terry? Anyone else having issues with freezing? Okay, hopefully not. Hopefully you can go in and come back. Who knows, y'all? You never know. Elizabeth, I showed everybody at the beginning of the live, I keep my brushes in my little soup cans. So we're gonna have a little holder to go with us in here. Okay guys, so I wanna use, let's use this one on the shell. Real quick guys, I think this is called Blushing Peonies. I think it's what it's called on the Decoupage Central idea. I read your comment, Tracy. So many ideas, so little time. Blushing Peonies on the Decoupage Central, exclamation DC. And if you search A&B papers, that's where you're gonna find this one. It's the brand A&B, or AB, sorry, not A&B. All right, so we are gonna put this in the center here. And I am going to, y'all know I like the frayed look, so I'm just gonna do, this is water, nothing special. I just don't want to put it in my brush water because it's got colors and stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of tear my edges just a little bit. The only thing is thumbs up to comments. How weird. I know there for a while you couldn't watch reels either, so who knows, Terry? I don't know. I wish it would be consistent. I know, they're really pretty, really pretty. Now guys, if you wanted to get really particular about this, you can go right up on those edges of your rice paper if you want to. Pretty close, Brenda, pretty close. I'm kind of wondering if I want to do that to show y'all how to do that, but I don't want to mess it up. But I'm gonna do it pretty close, but not completely close. Depends how much time you want to take on it. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, y'all, so y'all can see it's not gonna take that much longer. Just try not to, hang on, what I'm gonna do, don't y'all love how I change my mind on things? I am gonna cut this right up. I'm gonna do it different than I normally do it. I'm gonna give y'all options tonight. It's not gonna take that much longer. If it wasn't wet, it would be faster. I could dry the paper. That would make sense, Melissa. You know, but that's okay. I don't make sense all the time. Okay, so I'm just cutting this out, y'all. Y'all can bear, we still got 20 minutes. I know I love the haunted house too. So hang on, I'm just gonna go through. The leaves are gonna be the hardest part, but we are almost done with them. Just to kind of show you a different look, because y'all always see me do the frayed edges. So we're just gonna do it different. Everybody has different methods of doing things. Give you different options here. I know in crafting time, it seems like it's taking forever, but it's really only going to be like a minute. And it seems like it's forever. I know, Carrie, you know me, I got to change my mind 10,000 times. But I wanted to show y'all, because I know sometimes y'all have problems with like the edges of things, so we can blend this after we put it down if we need to. See, we're moving pretty fast. And you could go up as close as you want when you cut it. All right, guys, we're back to the the wet part. So it's like a minute and a half, not too bad. Not that we were timing it, but. Okay, so I just cut out my design. I agree with you, Marcy. All right, and then we are going to apply this onto our shell. It's gonna be so pretty. Okay, so if I would have used the bright white, probably wouldn't see those white edges as we're going to when I put this down. But like I said, we can always do some touch up when we put it down. So I always put my designs this way. I do know some creators that use this as the bottom and put their designs going this direction. So however you want to do it is perfectly fine. But I always, because I don't know why, but I always have my designs sitting this way on the shelves and stuff. So that's the way I do it. Let's use some Mod Podge. And we want to make sure our paint's dry before we do this, which it is, so we're good. But yeah, it's dry. So I'm going to apply my Mod Podge. Again, I like generous Mod Podge. And these are extra large shells, guys. There's different sizes of shells. This is an extra large. This probably was not the best brush because it's kind of hard, but let me get that part off and I'll be fine. It is curved, so we are going to make sure that we've got it on one side in on all those little curves and things, and then we'll work on the other side. You can use a brush if you don't want to use your fingers. I'm just making sure that it's in all those little shell curves. Ridges, that's the word, not curves. Well, I mean, it is curved too, but ridges and curves. Okay, how pretty is that, y'all? All right, so I'm just gonna let this kind of dry, make sure all my edges, got some Mod Podge on my fingers, so we're gonna, we really wanna make sure that it is adhered, okay, before we do anything else. Isn't that gorgeous, y'all? We're gonna do the edges. We're gonna do some things around the edges too, so bear with that while that dries. That's why we're kind of doing multiple projects. So on this one, I'm gonna do, is that gonna fit on there? I think that would almost fit on there. Let me, on my can, I'm gonna do my can next. Hi, Lisa. Thank you, Sherry. And then there's several different ways that we can top coat that. We can come through with resin. We can come through with the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. What I will do, some resin. I don't know if I will use fusion resin or if I'll use art resin, but you can use any type of resin or any type of Mod Podge, y'all. They are extra large, Maggie, extra large. Okay, so I think, y'all, I'm just gonna use this little, we're gonna use some of the little ones on here. I love flowers. If you watch me, you know I love flowers to decorate with. I love flower projects. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm gonna do the same thing. We're not gonna wet it, and we're just gonna cut around these edges. Not worried about it being perfect. You know what would be really cute though? If we did a, you know what? I should have done that. I should have gotten out some air dried clay and put this in the air dried clay. We'll do that on a reel or something, y'all, to show you how you can use your rice paper with your clay on your surfaces. That would have been really pretty. We know we got enough brushes. So we got stencil brushes, regular brushes, chip brushes, all the brushes. So I'll get a little caddy and then I'll have like all of my little soup cans with all my brushes lined up. Oh, you are good, Tammy. You are good, my friend. You have a great rest of the evening and great rest of the week. I think so too, Susan. I read your comment right when I went to snip this. Y'all, if you have any questions, and like I said, all of the decoupage papers we're using tonight can be found at Decoupage Central. And all you gotta do is type in DC and it will take you, exclamation DC, it'll take you to the Decoupage Central page. Was this my Mod Podge? I think it was. And kind of the purpose of today too is to, which way do we want to put this? I'm gonna do something real quick. Hang on before I put that down. One of the purposes of this too is to kind of show y'all different surfaces other than wood, because I always do wood surfaces. Yep, it does. And I've got some good ones from, I can't remember, I don't remember where they're from. I just drew a blank, but they're real good for, I keep debating which way I want to put this on there. So we've got the ridges, so the chip brush is helping me get in those ridges. Got a piece of hair on there I want to get off. Get up in those ridges. This is my Mod Podge. I'm just kind of going around those edges, making sure everything is pushed down. Okay, so we've got our flower. I want to add one other one on the side because I really like these small ones right here. And y'all know me, I like my clusters, so do these real quick. And remember guys, you can leave them with the fussy. You can cut them, you can do the frayed edges, all different things, however you want to do it. I'm just in this mood of cutting them tonight for some reason. Yes, they make great projects, Maggie. They really do. And if you have some of the flowers that are all the way around, they make beautiful, beautiful cans. And remember, you can do this on glass too, y'all. Just make sure you have your glass prepped. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I was like, I know I just had it in my hand. Where did it go? Okay, so we're gonna have one more set of flowers. We still got 10 minutes, we're good. We are good, y'all. We can still have time to finish the shell up. And so the only thing we'll be lacking is probably putting our top coat on our very first project. But like I said, I want to make sure that's very good and dry before I do that on that. And take your time. I know I'm rushing through it tonight, but take your time. Yes, absolutely can. I'm actually going to put some of the Dr. Bradshaw labels on some glass bottles. So we may do that. I'm going to probably, because July 1st next week, I'm probably going to do a patriotic project next Tuesday. But after next Tuesday, we'll probably do the Dr. Bradshaw labels. So we're going to put those on glass. Terry's gonna be like, why is there Mod Podge all over the computer? Well, honey, I was slinging it. Slinging that Mod Podge everywhere. Okay, guys. So we have this part right here, this side, and that side right there. So all I'll do, I'll let that dry. I'll put a top coat on it. I may blot it just a little bit to have it blend better, but then we will put our brushes. These are stencil brushes that I have over here. We will put, I think I caught it, did I catch it? All of our brushes inside of here. So all of our stencil brushes are in the same spot, okay? So just a cute little caddy with some rice paper. I'm gonna put that right there so it can dry. And then we're gonna do this one really, really quick. Y'all, I can't believe I'm doing them all this way. I normally do not do my rice paper like this, but these flowers are too pretty not to do that decoration. So yeah, exclamation DC will take you to all of the rice papers that Jonelle carries. I know, I wish I saw somebody say they liked patriotic. I do it all year long. I love patriotic. I think around this time of year we do more so than others, but I really wish more people would do it more often throughout the year rather than just like the May to July time. Yes, exclamation DC. And if for some reason it's not working, guys, I can go in and put the link for you. If you want the specific link to these flowers, just type the word flowers and I will put it in there so you can find them easily. All right, so we're just gonna put this on here. And then, like I said, we'll drill some holes, and we could do this with Christmas papers, you know, flowers, all the things. I'm doing flowers because I love flowers. And I did mine sideways because what I want to do, I've got that on there pretty good. I went ahead and put my top coat on there with our flowers. And then I've got, just to show y'all real quick on this before we finish up our shell, I've got some magnets. So what I'll do is I'll get these little magnets and glue them on. Well, they have sticky, but I guess I could go ahead and do that since they have sticky. But normally I would glue them just to make sure. And then we have a cute little magnet if we have anything that magnets will stick to, okay? So we can do two different options. We can drill holes, make them into ornaments, or like this, we have our magnets on the back, which will be super cute. So that is this project. What do y'all think of that one, y'all? I love it. It's still wet, but isn't that pretty? Kind of blends in with the, I think it's cute. Cute, a little decor piece. And then let's go back over here to our shell. So we have our shell right here that we did, and make sure all of that is dry. I am going to, I don't think I did, y'all, I've got so much paper over here, but it's sticking to my brush. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and just do this one in the dishwasher Mod Podge for the top. It's not gonna be an issue at all. And then if we want to resin it, we can. If we don't want to, we are good to go. It says it's dishwasher safe. I always tell people light hand wash. I'm just that person. I've never actually put it in the dishwasher. But that's me. And then this will kind of, with the dishwasher safe, it'll kind of give it like a glossy. Can y'all see that? I did, Maggie. I did. All right, y'all. Let's put this up. We have our can drying. That's drying. Let me dry this real quick and we can do our ribbon buff around the edge and finish this off. And then we'll recap everything that we did. Yes, girl. You read my mind on that one. I love that with the farm animals and a fence. That would be super cute. Thank you, Selena. I appreciate you being here tonight, y'all. And you can do 1, 2, 3 coats, however many you want to do on the top. But we're going to do one for tonight. And I'm going to come over here real quick, grab my little makeup sponges and my rub and buff. Let me put this in the water. See, I use brushes tonight. I told y'all I got a lot of brushes. Like to make a mess. It is what it is. Hey, Julie. Didn't see you on here. Okay, so then we're gonna take our rub and buff. I always use antique gold. It's like my favorite. And we're just gonna go around those edges. If you wanna take a pin, you can use a pin. Stand by and I'll show you the difference of one side done versus the other side. And I do this the same way I do my stenciling, guys. Start light and you can always come back and add more. But if you start heavy, it's harder to get it to white back, especially when you're using the rub and buff. Okay, so there's the side with the gold over here. Give me some hearts if you can see that. And then here is the side over here where my pinky's at that does not have the rub and buff. Okay. Can y'all see the difference? You use the, I love the antique gold. What I'm going to do on this one, guys, and I don't have it with me right here, but I'm probably going to add some type of Totally Dazzled right here in the middle, because this one was, like I said, it was an extra large shell, and it has a really good space to put something there in the middle. All right, so I think I'm happy with that. And what do y'all think? No, it does not, Erin. Trust me on that one. All right, guys. So let's recap everything that we have done tonight. Let me put this in here because I keep grabbing new ones, but I do use the old ones. Okay. We'll start off small first. All right, so we have our tin can that we did with our flowers. This was a soup can that we added flowers to. Then we did some popsicle sticks for a magnet on the back. We just used some rice paper with our popsicle sticks with like a distressed look. You can do it this way, you can do it whichever way you want. And then you can make it in ornaments, all the things. We did a shell for a trinket dish. Hey, Becca. And then our very first project, my favorite project, was this piece right here, guys. So what do y'all think? We have all different kinds of projects here. So we've got this gorgeous decoupage framed witch's tour here, the shell, all different types. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Like I said, I will see y'all next Tuesday on July 1st. We're going to let people have some time for replay. We're going to do it a little bit different this week. Have some time for replays, and we will go in and pick a winner in 24 hours for a gift card. So just do something a little bit different this week. We'll go back to regular next week, but I think it'd be fun to do that this week. So if you're on the end, you have the comments that gives everybody a shot at a Decoupage Central gift certificate this week, guys. And you can find this paper. It is DC 737 over on the Decoupage Central page. Just do exclamation DC, and it will take you over there to all the fun things, y'all. So thanks for hanging out tonight. I will see y'all hopefully on Sunday on my page. If not, I'll see y'all next Tuesday for sure over here on the Junk and Craft Treasures and the Decoupage Central page, guys. So y'all be blessed. Have a good week. If you have any questions, drop them down below and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Bye, guys.